Hello everybody of third year of high school, with you Mr. Ahmed Al-Arabi from Afak Educational Company. In this video we're gonna talk about Unit 4, which entitled Communication, Lesson 3, which is about clauses of purpose, result and concession. By the end of this lesson today you will be able to use clauses of purpose to express the purpose or function of an item. Use clauses of result to express the result of an action or a conclusion. Use clauses of concession to express contrast or opposite to the main clause. Okay. Look at this picture and answer the question. What is the man run? Why is the man running fast? Yes. He is running fast to catch the bus. He is running fast to catch the bus. Okay. Or we can answer this question by another way. He is running fast so that he can catch the bus. In these two answers we use to here to express purpose, and we use so that to express the result. Let's continue our lesson today. Let's start with clauses of purpose. To express the purpose of an action we use to, or, in order to, or so as to, and in the negative form we use not before to, plus the base form of the verb. For example, we are saving money in order to buy a new car. We are saving money in order to buy a new car. Here we use in order to followed with the base form of the verb. Sorry. Look at these examples. He is running fast so that he can catch the bus. We walked quickly so that nobody could hear his footsteps. Here, to express purpose, we use so that. So that. So that is followed with the subject, or, can, may, will, plus the base form of the verb. Or, after we can use subject, could, might or would, plus the base form of the verb. We use can, may, will if so that proceeded with the present or future tenses. So that is followed with could, might, would if it is proceeded with the past tense. Look at these examples again. He is running fast so that he can catch the bus. So that here is proceeded with the present progressive. So after it we use subject plus can. In the second example we say we see that so that is proceeded with the past simple, so it is followed with could. For plus ing form. We use the electric knife for cutting meat. We use the electric knife for cutting meat. After for we use verb plus ing. Okay, now rewrite the following sentences. Sentence, use the word between brackets. I use my microwave only for heating up food. We wanna use to in this sentence. I'll give you opportunity to answer this question. Yes, great job my dear. That's right. We put 2 instead of 4. But after 2 we use the base form, so it will be I use my microwave only to heat, not to heating, to heat up food. I use my microwave only to heat up food. Let's turn to clauses of result. To express the clauses of result of an action we use so that. So that. So plus an adjective or an adverb plus that plus the result. The question is so difficult that I can't answer it. The question is so difficult that I can't answer it. They shouted so loudly that everybody heard them. So is followed with difficult, an adjective or adverb like loudly. After that we use that then the result. So plus adjective or adverb plus that plus the result. Such. It was such a nice day. We go for a walk. He was wearing such string clothes that everyone was looking at him. Such is followed with an adjective plus uncountable or plural noun. Plural countable noun plus that. After such, also we can use a or an plus an adjective plus singular noun plus that. Number 1. Let's study these examples. It was such a nice day that we go for a walk. Such here is followed with a plus adjective and a noun. That, and then comes the result. He was wearing such string clothes that everyone was looking at him. After such, we use here adjective plus countable plural noun. Strange clause that everyone was looking at him. 2 plus adjective plus adverb or adverb plus for somebody or someone, and we can omit this from the sentence. Plus the full infinitive. Full infinitive means to plus the base form. Look at these examples. The car is too expensive for me to buy. The car is too expensive. After to here we use the adjective for me to buy. To. The rule of to. After to we use adjective or adverb. After that it is followed with full infinitive. Enough. Enough is preceded with adjective or adverb in the negative form or affirmative form. Anyway, plus for somebody, we can omit this part of the sentence, plus full infinitive, which means to plus the base form. Look here, the shirt is not big enough for me to wear. Enough is preceded with an adjective in the negative form and followed with to wear, which we call full infinitive. Choose the correct answer. Take this soup away, it's cold to eat. Yeah, the answers are such, to, that, so. Yes, I can hear you. This sentence takes to. It's too cold to eat. Number 2, such. Yes, it was such a day, a hot day, that everyone wanted to go to the beach. Here in this sentence we use such. Let's end our lesson today with the clauses of concession. We use although, even though, followed with subject plus a verb. Although he is clever, he can't answer the question. We use these linkers to express concession or to express the opposite idea or opposite sentence to the main clause. Although he is clever, he can't answer the question. Or we can also use in spite of or despite, but in spite of and despite is followed with noun or ing form. Despite the heavy rain, it was hot. In spite of being old, he is strong. Despite here, it is followed with a noun clause in spite of being verb plus ing. Now, let's turn to your student's book. Complete the rules below with the missing word. Clause of purpose, we use to or, yes, great job, in order to. In order to plus or so as to plus the base form. I went to the supermarket to buy some coffee. We can also use for plus ing form. We use this knife for cutting bread only. We use this knife for cutting bread only. After for, we use ing form, so that the plus subject can, may, or will plus the base form. Here in the present or future time reference. Take your umbrella so that you won't get wet. Take your umbrella so that you won't get wet. So that the plus subject could, might, or could plus the best form. This is in the past time reference. We were quiet so that the baby wouldn't wake up. In case. We use in case plus the present simple or past simple. Take my telephone number in case you want to contact me. Take my telephone number in case you won't contact me. Clauses of result. We use yes, so plus adjective or adverb, that plus a clause, or we can use such plus a or an adjective, noun, that clause. It was such a boring book that I couldn't finish it. It was such a boring book that I couldn't finish it. To plus adjective or adverb plus for somebody plus for infinitive, or we can also use not plus adjective or adverb plus enough plus for somebody plus for infinitive. This car is too expensive for me to buy. Clauses of concession. We use although, though, even though plus subject and verb, or in spite of, despite plus noun plus ing form, or the fact that. Let's turn to questions on page on student's book, page 45. Rewrite the sentences starting with the words given. Even though Bill was tired, he knew he had to keep running to win the race. Despite. What's the difference between despite and even though? Yes, that's right. Despite is followed with ing form or noun phrase or ing form. With the main verb here was. We get the infinitive of or the best form of was, which is be. So it will be despite being tired. Yes, despite being tired, or despite the fact that he was tired, Bill knew he had to keep running to win the race. I use my microwave only for heating up food. I use my microwave only to, yes, great job, heat up food. There were such strong winds that the bridge was closed for 6 hours. The winds were, yes, instead of here we begin with the subject and verb, so we use so here instead of such. And after so we use adjective, then that, then the result. The winds were so strong that the bridge was closed for 6 hours. In spite of her serious illness, she never lost her courage, despite the fact that she was seriously ill. She was seriously ill because after after the fact that we use subject plus full sentence, subject and verb. In spite or despite the fact that she was seriously ill, she never lost her courage. John left because he didn't want to see Michelle. John left so that he wouldn't see Michelle. That's enough for today, my dear students, and I leave these questions or the last 3 questions for as assignments for you at homework. Thank you for your kind listening. Wishing you enjoyed our lesson for today.